everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another Twisted Sisters video hop. This month, the Twisted Sisters are twisting products from the new November-December catalog, and I have chosen the Evergreen papers and stickers to twist. So I'll be showing you how to use these papers in a new and unexpected way. Okay, so let's get started. These are the papers, and then these are the stickers. And I've pulled some of the coordinating colors that go with this paper pack. And the photos that I'm going to scrapbook are of a trip to Nashville. And we were looking for a house, and we took a little time to go to this Rolling Stone exhibit in Nashville. My husband's company was sponsoring it, and we got VIP passes. So I have my pass here, and then I've cut some images on my Cricut. Okay, so I pulled the Stones logo and the Tennessee flag, and I cut those out. I put SVGs on my design space and then cut them out with my Cricut. Okay, so the pattern I'm going to use is pattern number 11 from Make It From Your Heart Volume 6. And I'm going to alter it just a bit so that I can scrapbook 4 photos instead of just 2. Okay, so I'm going to start out with this piece of mink paper. It's kind of got a diagonal plaid on it. And the pattern in Make It From Your Heart calls for a piece that's 12 inches by 9. And I don't want to use that much paper. You could gut it, I guess, but there's only 1 inch of the paper showing at the top and bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut some 1-inch strips. Okay, so I'm going to cut them, and then I'll cut the other direction, which is 9 inches, and just use those, and I'm going to place them at the top and the bottom, and it'll look like it's a full piece of 12 by 9 paper, but it's not, and that way you can save paper. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in a piece of black cardstock. And the next piece is this square. I'm going to cut at 10 by 10. And that's going to basically be the base for my photos. And I chose this paper and this particular subject because of this music paper that's in the collection. And I think that's going to work really well to use for these pictures. So the exhibit, we weren't allowed to take any pictures inside, of course, so we just stood by the Stones logo out in front and took a couple pictures. And so I thought I'd scrapbook that event. It was a rainy day, of course, in Nashville, and so I had my red coat on, and that worked really well. Okay, so I'm cutting this other music paper according to the dimensions in the pattern. So that one goes on the left panel, and then this one goes on the right. And be mindful if you're using a pattern that has a direction. Make sure you get it right. Okay, so my picture, I didn't print it at 5 by 7. I didn't think it was necessary. So I'm just going to mat it, and I'm going to double mat it just to give the illusion that it's a little bit bigger. Okay, so that mink mat is 6.5 by 4.5, and so it's close enough. The 5 by 7, I think it's going to work because of that Stones logo that's so big and it's red, and that's going to have a lot of weight on the paper. So I thought a 4 by 6 picture would work better. Okay, so I'm just laying everything out according to the pattern, just to see if I like how everything is looking. And then that piece of music paper goes in the middle, and we'll just lay everything out. Okay, so this is how I change the pattern up on the right panel. Well, first let's finish the left, get that laid out. And I think that's enough going on for that side. And then for the right side, instead of 1 picture and a ton of journaling, I'm going to add 2 extra 3 by 4 pictures, and then I'll just have a small journal spot. So this picture of my husband, there was a couple of cars in the picture next to the building there, so I'm just covering them up with the Nashville sign or Cricut cut that I made, and then I'll put the guitar there, and I'll add a journaling box after I get everything started here. Okay, so I wanted to include this pass that we got. It's kind of cool, but it's totally the wrong colors. So I'm going to tuck it in behind my picture. So I'm going to add this little ribbon here. This is a retired ribbon. It's a black shimmer ribbon from a few years back. You can pick whatever's in your stash. And I'm just going to have the ribbon part poking out from that picture so that you can slide that pass out to look at it. And that way I can keep all of my colors in this range that I have right here. So tucking that behind the picture for sort of a hidden surprise. And I used top opening page protectors, so you'll be able to reach in there and grab it. Okay, so let's do some treatment to this black cardstock. It's kind of boring. I want to add a little bit something to it. So I'm going to do some splattering. And this is the Gilt Gloss Spray. And sometimes it's available, sometimes it's not. I'll try to put a link below. Right now, Close to My Heart is just adding these kind of products if there's a particular project or kit or workshop that they're going to be needing these Ranger or other maker products. So sometimes it'll be in, sometimes it won't, but you can get these in some of the big box craft stores as well. So I use the Gilt, and then I'm also going to use some of the white gloss spray. And I just put it in my splat box, and I'm taking the sprayer nozzle out and just tapping it to get some splatters. Just make it look a little more interesting. Okay, so I'm using an older stamp, but there's one that's similar to it in the current catalog from the stamp set called Check This Out. And the stamp set that I'm using, it's a really old stamp of the month that is called From the Notebook. And I just want this little journaling block here. So they're similar, so you can get a similar looking stamp in the current catalog, but I'm using this one because I don't have that stamp yet. So I'm just inking it up in black ink, and I'm stamping out on that mink plaid paper, pattern paper, and I'm going to create a journal box. Okay, so I'm going to do my journaling off camera, and I'm going to trim that box down. Okay, so I have this all ready to go, and that's ready to add to my layout. Okay, I think I'm liking what I'm looking at here. Okay, so we can start adhering everything, and I'm just following the measurements that are in the Make It From Your Heart Volume 6. So this one goes down at 1.5 inches from the left side. And I'll speed this up in a second. So I'm just layering everything in and gluing it all down with tape runner. Okay, we're going to speed it up and add that top piece to create the illusion that this mink pattern paper is one whole piece. And then we'll add that 10 by 10. And make sure your splatter is dry before you turn it over on your project. I dried it off camera using my heat tool. And then we'll go ahead and add that music pattern and our pictures. Okay. So we'll add the Stones logo. And then this is how I created that little pocket. So I added foam tape just on 3 sides to like in a U shape, and then that logo can, or that tag can slide in and out. Okay, so we'll get that down, and then the pass slides right in there. Okay, so I think we're good on that side. Now we can start working on the right side, and it's the same basic thing, so I'll skip ahead. All right, we have that all adhered, and we're ready to put our photos down. So I'm adding these 3x4 photos, and I'm leaving a little extra room at the top, and then I'm making it even with that strip of mink paper that's at the top and the bottom. So everything lines up. And then I'm going to put this 4x6 picture down flat. I'm not going to pop it. And I'm trying to make it even with the other 4x6 picture. I'm just eyeballing it, because of course the other one is matted twice. So I think that looks good. And then we'll go ahead and add our Cricut cuts. So this is why I didn't want to pop that picture, so that I could add the Cricut cut without having to also pop it. So everything's on the same level. So we'll just glue everything down the way that I had it all laid out. Keeping everything pretty clean. And my journaling. So this was our second trip to Tennessee to look for a house. And we were making progress. Okay, so now I am bringing in the sticker sheet, and I like to cut my stickers from the carrier sheet so that I can work with them without having to commit to sticking them down. And I'm going to trim these. There's 2 of them that are 1/2 inch each, and I'm going to trim them so that I'm going to cut them in half so they're 1/4 inch, and I'll get 4 of them, okay? Because I want to use them on both sides. All right, so I have my strip there. Now I have 4 of them, and then I'm going to trim them down so that they're 10 inches. And I'm going to place these stickers right at the top and bottom of that black square, just for a little added interest. And I think it pulls the whole layout together. Okay, so we'll stick those stickers down at the top and bottom. Speeding this up, just sticking stickers. So I think it really pulls everything together by adding them. Okay, and then I'll bring the sticker sheet in again, and I'm going to pull some of these stars. So I'm just pulling the ones that have colors that coordinate with the layout, so I'm avoiding the green and seafoam colored stars. And I'm just pulling, this one is toffee and French vanilla. Then I have another one that's mink and French vanilla, and I'm just seeing whether that one works there or not, and I don't like it. I like the toffee one better. And then we'll put that other one down at the bottom. So I've kind of created a visual triangle there with my stars from the sticker sheet. And then I'm going to bring in some more stars. So these are from the Red Dots collection, and they come in different shapes, and one of the shapes are stars, and these are close to candy apple colored, so I'm going to scatter a bunch of them around. And then put one next to my journaling block there. Create another visual triangle, kind of. Okay, and there's my finished layout. So make sure you click on the link at the end of this video, or the link in the description below, and I will create a playlist of all the other Twisted Sister videos for this month and from this catalog, and you'll be able to check out all the cool and interesting ways that the Twisted Sisters have used some of the new products. And I'll make a list of all the supplies that I used with links in the description below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.